These tomatoes got melted down from the frost here in South Fulton in late November, early December. Still being cold, still gonna be cold. This is 25, 29 degree weather and the results of that on these tomato plants. We're gonna remove these tomato plants and compost them. So we'll show you the process of how that happens. All these tomatoes have been supported by the tomato clips onto this twine, right? This natural jute twine, and they were supported with these clips going around their stems, right? So the vines have been supported by that. So we'll take all those clips off, and once we get the clips off, it's easier to deal with. Clips removed, we come through, cut this twine, and because we are grateful for the growth of these tomatoes, we're going to compost all this material. All this viney material will get composted. And that's pretty simple. It's just a couple cuts and getting the twine down, cut it at the first joint. We pruned these down to where it was 2 main vines on each plant, going up to 2 pieces of twine for each plant. When we have that 2 pieces of twine cut, then the tomatoes that overgrew it, we flipped over the top of the trellis system. And after flipping it over, it grew back down the vine. Sometimes it grew back down the vine, and then sometimes we pruned it to go across the top of the bar. Either way, we kept the plant going and going and going much longer than we thought. This thing is fruiting into November. It was a late planting of tomatoes, some green zebras, and another one. I can't quite remember. We had the trellis installed. Now we'll have it here for next year. And we can either, depending on how you're farming, you can either pull these roots out at this point. But for us, we have no problem letting these roots die in the bed and decompose in the bed. But that's just a matter of choice. You just go down, do a section at a time, and take this material to the compost pile. And once the material goes to the compost pile, all of the microorganisms, macronutrients, bacteria, all of that is gonna go right back into the system, the entire system that is the farm. The system will get the inputs that we grow here and then redistribute it as nutrients to us in about 9 months, 18 months. That's what it is, y'all. Grow where you are. To prepare this bed for growing now, what we'll do is we'll weed it out. We'll pile compost on top, let the roots of the tomatoes decompose inside there, probably plant some leeks or some alliums of some sort or a cover crop. Leave this trellis in here so we can use it next season in spring for peas or for cucumbers, or we can do a lot once you have the structure and no need to move it. That's how we're gonna do it. Take this to the compost. Full circle, subscribe, like, comment, grow where you are. The bed is cleared. We'll weed it. We'll add compost. We'll utilize this trellis next season. The eggplants, the aubergine, they're next. We'll get rid of those next time around. Subscribe, like. All of this has to go. All this material has to come out, has to be composted and dealt with. The twine removed. We're gonna leave these stakes in for next season. Then the beds have to be prepared for the wintertime. This is all work. All has to be done. This all has to go. Give thanks for winter. Preparing this tomato bed for winter, we snipped the twine, we chopped the plant, we took it to the compost,